Hey traders, this is Christian from Tribeca Trade Group, and this is a video on the new alert system that we are now using at Tribeca Trade Group. This is called OptionAxe, and really what we've been doing over the last couple of years is developing this system to be as useful as possible to option traders, stock traders, really anybody who wants to see aggressive or unusual option activity. This is the system for you. So let me go into a couple of the features that we have here and why this is a really powerful and great looking system for anyone who wants to get access to option activity. Okay, so first things first, you can see on the left side of the screen, you can see this is an active ticker that's going up here, and you can see new trades filter in here. So this will continue to update as new trades hit the tape. And it's one of the fastest systems that I've ever seen to actually, as soon as the trade goes up on the tape, it's landing in this system. There's no delay whatsoever. Okay, so if you notice here on our top alert screen, we actually have a setup here for the aggressive trades as they're hitting. So they're being categorized here. So we've got our aggressive trades, we've got our larger block type trades, and we've got our own criteria for putting that in place. You can see there's been a couple large trades here today, IGT, HUN, not a put buying actually today on the in the industrial space. We also have spreads, so you could see things like risk reversals, call spreads, 1x2 call spreads, and then we also have activity for ETFs, which is important because a lot of times SPYs, Qs are used to hedge, so you could really see if there's a pickup in hedging activity. Also there was a nice order in gold today, so that's the order flow that we want to catch here and take a look at on the ETF side. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of the trades that hit today and how you can query for trades. So one of the things that you could do, this is a very flexible system. So if you have a set watch list, if you've got some names that are always on your radar, maybe it's the FANG stocks, maybe it's a couple names that you have positions in, you can go ahead and you can see when there's option activity in that name, and that will go ahead and hit your dashboard here, and it will hit your scratch pad, which I'm going to go over next. But first things first, I want to go over a couple unusual trades that we saw today, some aggressive trades, something a little bit different. But this was a trade that we caught today. This is ABMD, and if you go to our trade view, at any time you can query any ticker that you want. Again, it could be on your watch list. It could be just whatever you want to check up on, and you simply just putting in the ticker. And you could see sweeps, so if you want to see aggressive order flow, or if you want to see all the order flow for the day. So if I just want to see sweeps for the day, take a look at the trade that we caught today. This was around 10:40 in the morning. This is the total volume on this contract, and this was the breakdown of how it occurred. So if we click on this, you could see the first order was at 10:40. And you could see this option card, which will give you all the details in a nice little format. And you could actually, at any time, if this is interesting to you, you could take a screenshot of it. You could also put it to your, add it to your scratch pad, and then you have it saved so that you can come back to it. But just to kind of go over the detail, there's 200 contracts. You could see the maturity was October, the strike, where it landed on the bid ask, the premium, the price. You could see, which this is pretty interesting, how many contracts went up versus open interest, and then you could see the time of the order. So if we go ahead and if we look to see the chart of this name today, and so if I bring up, I want to talk a little bit about Boeing too, but I think that's really useful for how you can use option activity. But you could see this name ripped today. It's up 8.5% today. So this thing has just gone up, up and away. And ABMD is not a name that we see a lot of option activity. So, this is beautiful because we caught a small order, but you could see what this name has done. As soon as Thinkorswim will allow me to bring up the 5-minute chart, but this thing has gone up, up, and away. So really nice. So I want to talk about two other trades for the day. So Boeing, right? That's not the chart of Boeing. Boeing's going to adjust. So Boeing, I think, is at a really crucial area right now technically. It's close to breaking out. So if we go to the daily chart in Boeing, what I would want to see at this point is what option traders are doing here. Are they positioning for a breakout? It's had a nice swing since this bounce off the 200-day moving average. Are they starting to take profits? Or are they thinking that this could possibly, move back to the downside? Because you could see it's been pretty choppy. So that's the information that I would like to see, is how are institutional traders basically, how are they positioning right now as the name is getting close to a breakout? Well, take a look. So we could actually maximize this a little bit and put some more alerts here of all the trades that have occurred today. And you could see that this particular strike, the October 390 calls have been active. However, look at what's going on here. It appears that they're unwinding some of their exposure or taking profits, which I think is quite natural. But for the information that I'm looking for is they're not really looking for a breakout. At least we haven't seen it yet in Boeing. And we actually see a little bit of put activity too. Not much, maybe some going up on the bid side. So it doesn't look like they're pressing there too much. If we look at all the activity for the day, I think you'll see a couple more put orders, maybe one that was being bought for November, so maybe a little bit of hedging going on there. But really nice to kind of give you the whole picture, and you can pair this up with open interest to find out that basically they're not really looking for a breakout at this time. So interesting. And then the final one that I'll show you is Amazon. Right? Amazon has kind of been in the doghouse. We had index rebalancing last week, but take a look at what they're doing today in Amazon, right? And we could bring up just the aggressive option flow today in Amazon, and you could see that we've got some order flow here. We've got some calls going up, some on the bid side, but there's one order that caught my attention today. This is a new order, so this was a sweep opening position. And this one was going out to October, so the 2030s. And we could bring this up here, and you could see the option card indicates sweep opening. So there was no open interest on this. This is a brand new trade, only for 100 contracts. But still, that's kind of what we're looking for sometimes in Amazon, is to see when those buyers start coming in and start coming into the weakness. Okay, so that is a couple of the features that we have here. Scratchpad, as I mentioned, any of these trades that I find interesting or any of these trades on my watch list, I can bring them up here and I have them saved. So I can come back to them and go back and see what names I thought were interesting. I could also put together a report. I could dump this into Excel, which I do quite frequently. You could just basically click this, and at any time you could just copy and paste, and you could put all the notable trades for the day, and you can kind of create a database for you, which you could also do in this system too. Notice that if I wanted to see the Amazon activity for today, current day, but I could also go back and query and see what the aggressive option flow has been going back a couple weeks. All right, so that's it. And I think, again, I think over the last couple years, we've really spent some nice time here developing a really good system. You can purchase this on our website. You could go to the products. It's basically the link for it, which I will post, is at tribecatradeGroup.com/product/OptionAxe, and you could get the premier option alert service that's out there for $129 a month. Thanks so much for watching the video, and have a great day.